Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Neha. I'm going to share 5 hacks for a new mommy today. I am a new mom. My younger kid is 10 months old, and from the day we came back from hospital after my C-section, this was my second C-section, life changed a lot because the elder one was mostly being taken care by my mother and my other family members, because I was really young that time. I was just 22, and you can understand for a 22-year-old girl it was really difficult to understand what exactly the little tiny person is demanding. So I have a lot of people around me to take care of the elder one. But this time, when I was pregnant, I actually made up my mind that this time I'm going to do every single thing for my child, and I won't be asking for help this time. And when we came back from hospital, it was actually really difficult, understanding what the baby is asking for, and they get a lot of problems, because they are in the womb, and feel really secure, and after coming out of that environment which they were in for 9 months, they get a little afraid, and they want a little warmth. And because the warmth is not there, they are in the open environment, and obviously for us also, if we go into a new environment, it takes us time to adjust to that environment, and that baby is really tiny, few days old, so it gets really difficult for them to understand what exactly is happening around. And for a mom also, because what may be it is the reason, if the mother is second time mom or a third time mom or a first time mom, it is difficult for every single child. And this time also I face a lot of problems in terms of handling a new baby is a very big challenge, because you have whole lot of responsibility for a tiny little human being. You have to take care of that person, you have to take care of that little baby, and make sure that he or she felt secure. So I have actually tried and consolidated 5 hacks which helped me a lot while taking care of my daughter, and I've been using it. I used it, and I would actually suggest everybody to give it a try. But I would also like to mention that these hacks works brilliantly for me and few of my friends. I am not sure how it will turn out for you guys, so if you're trying it, please be sure you do your research, and I won't suggest it just go over it blindly. But these hacks I have tried, my friends have tried, and they have get benefit immensely. So let's get started. The first hack which I would suggest for a new mommy, for a little prized possession that they have bring back to their home from the hospital, I would suggest swaddling. Swaddling is really important. When they are in the womb, they feel really secure. They are in that crumbled up kind of a position. There's a lot of warmth. They are in their mother's body. They get all the nutrition from their mother, so they feel quite secure. But after coming out and seeing a whole lot of new environment, they get very frightened, and they need that warmth. So when my younger one Sarah was born, in my hospital, because my mother was not there and she has to take care of my elder one at home, me and my husband managed that 4-5 days very easily because of swaddling, guys. It really helped you. Sarah just used to wake up for her nappy change and for her feed, and then we used to swaddle her, and she goes back to sleep. This works for me like for 1.5 months, because after that kids start moving their legs and hands, and then it gets really difficult to swaddle them, and many of the kids don't like swaddling also. Sarah was comfortable, and I did it for her. But after 1.5 months I actually left her free, because it is not nice to keep the baby always tied up in a cloth. So they need some free time also, and movement of hands and legs is also important. For the initial 1.5-2 months, swaddling plays a really important role, guys, for the new mother also, because we as a mother have gone through so much, whether it's C-section, whether it's normal delivery. We faced a lot, and our body also needs some rest. But eventually after the baby is born, we don't get that kind of a rest, because we have to take care of the little one also. But swaddling helped, because she used to just get up for her feed and her nappy chain, and then I also used to go back to sleep after her feed and nappy change session. So it actually provided a lot of energy to me also, because I had C-section, and it was my second C-section. Body takes a lot of time to recover after a C-section. I'm sure after normal delivery also, because both are, you know, very difficult. So it helped me recover as well, and the baby also was properly rested. So that was the first hack, which was swaddling. Second hack, guys, it also plays a really vital, important and a great role in upbringing Saira for me, because after 2 weeks when the baby is born, colic pain takes place. Guys, the colic pain is basically the gastric pains and all that, which actually happens with a newborn baby, because they are always, you know, their intestines are not developed as yet, because stomach is the only you know, part in the baby's body which has still not recovered, which is still not properly, you know, what would be the word to say, which is still not developed properly. And when I spoke to my pediatrician, she told me that, you know, tummy is the part which takes like 6 more months after the baby is born to get fully developed. So the pain, the, you know, digesting the milk, because in the womb they are getting everything through the cord, but after they are, you know, born, this is something really new for, you know, taking something inside their mouth and then digesting it. So yeah, after 2 weeks that colic pain start hitting up. So I was lucky Saira was not a very colicky baby, but yes, she do have gassy pains, and she used to, you know, pass really bad and smelly, you know, farts. So it gets really difficult for me, and there were times when she used to cry out of pain, because obviously they are so small, they don't understand what pain is, why they're so uncomfortable. So what helped me is with colic pain is hing and water, warm water. Guys, I'm not saying you to put that in the baby's mouth, nothing before 6 months, but hing in water, take a pinch of hing, put it in warm water and rub it around the navel area. Don't put inside the navel, because, you know, their cord is recently being fell down or probably is still sticking to their navel area, so not safe. Just below that navel area or around it, and you will see difference, you know, in seconds, because Saira used to be very constipated initially, and we had a problem with that, because she used to cry when passing the stool, and we had a discussion with our pediatrician. She told us that, you know, we should change the formula, because obviously she was breastfeeding, but my milk was not enough for her, because I had my own issues. So when we started formula, we thought of changing it because she was constipated, but then things were not working out. She was still very constipated, she was not feeling comfortable taking a lot of feed, she used to puke a lot, she used to throw up a lot of milk, spitting is a part of it. So what we thought is, let us try this hing wala thing. Obviously every new mother feels a little, you know, hesitant of trying anything on that little precious thing, but because a lot of people around me told me you should actually give it a try, and I spoke to my pediatrician also about this, and she told me that you should give it a try. We don't generally recommend it, because then people come back to us and say we tried this and this happened. So but yeah, home remedies do work. When I tried it, guys, believe me guys, it worked like wonders. She was absolutely comfortable. She passed motion, she was not colicky, and I used to apply it on daily basis, because I have heard from a lot of people, because she was born in winters, that if you apply hing, generally kids don't catch cold. So when I applied it, I had the best time of my life. She was never in problem because of gas, and she used to love having her feed. The spitting improved, she used to enjoy her tummy time, and my first initial 3 months passed by just like butter. Third hack, guys. The third hack is, guys, for teething. It's basically not a hack, it's kind of what you say, people generally call it totka, but I would say it helped me immensely. Teething is the baddest phase for a baby, because, you know, they drool, they feel uncomfortable, they feel itching over in the teeth, they don't feel like eating anything or drinking milk, they don't feel like, you know, they don't feel well, just they have fever, they have, you know, stomach ache, and they feel they have loose motions. But with Saira, touch wood, I didn't face any of these, though she has no teeth right now. Saisha was also a late teether. I'm sure Saira will also, because she's 10 months and I haven't seen any teeth right now. But this thing worked like wonders for me, guys. She started teething, I mean the initial phase of teething, when she was 4.5 months. She started drooling, she started feeling uncomfortable, she was very cranky. Then came this thing, and my life got just completely sorted. This is Tilismi Mooth. This you can get from any of the Pansari ka dukaan, or probably I got it online from Amazon. This is Tilismi Moti, and this was like, from Amazon I got it for like 150 rupees, but if you get it from some nearby goldsmith or something, you'll get it for 19-20 rupees. I know Amazon takes a lot of money for that, but yeah, this is something we generally get really, and people get a lot of problem finding it. So this helped me like wonder. Obviously a lot of you will make fun out of it, that what I'm saying is not worth it, but I have seen it. There's a lot of group on Facebook that actually vouch for it, and they said that amazing benefits of Tilismi Moti. Saira, after wearing Tilismi Moti, guys, hasn't been cranky because of her teething, and she's absolutely rocking her teething phase. And though she gets cranky sometimes because of the teething and all that, but I just apply some kind of a soother, and I give her her free pacifiers, and this works wonderfully for me. She's 10 months, she's teething, teeth haven't been erupted now, but the phase is going beautifully. I'm going to share the link of that Tilismi Moti and the details which I have seen on Google, and if you want, I will share the link of that Facebook group also, which vouch for that Tilismi Moti, and it doesn't have any side effect, guys. So trying something which doesn't have a side effect, we generally put kala dhaga in the newborn baby clothes, so you just need to put that 2 motis inside that kala dhaga, and you will see the difference. So I would suggest that all the new mommies should try this. The fourth hack, guys. The fourth hack which worked wonderfully for me is after Saira was 6 months. Though there is a WHO recommendation that we shouldn't feed normal wala milk to the kid, but recently, after she's almost 10 months old, I started introducing milk items to her, and she started feeling a little uncomfortable, obviously because she's not used to it. So what I did was, this was something was suggested by my mother to me, and it really helped me, guys. It completely helped me. I used to put a bit of saunf in her milk, and then I used to make items out of that milk like kheer and dalia and all that, and guys, she digested the milk beautifully. She didn't spit, she didn't felt uncomfortable, she had a beautiful sleep in the night, and I was happy because my kid was digesting the milk. Obviously we cannot serve formula milk to the kid every day, because after 1 year we have to introduce the normal milk to the baby. So she beautifully adjusted to the normal milk and the items, because we are obviously serving them curd, and we are giving them kheer, and we are giving them dalia, we are serving them cheese and all that. After 10 months it is advisable to serve cheese and paneer to the kids. So these are all normal milk made items. She was not taking it really well. So after putting saunf, she take it beautifully. I would suggest whenever you are starting the normal milk to the babies, put a bit of saunf in it while boiling the milk, and then you will see results which is wonderful. Your kids won't have loose motion, because that is the first concern for the babies when they started normal milk, that they get loose motions or probably they get constipated. Guys, saunf water generally we give when the kid is colicky or have some stomach pain, so the saunf is really good element for the baby's body, and I would suggest give it a try. Fifth and the major hack, guys, which actually saved me a lot. Saira from the very first day was on disposable diapers, because I really wanted to give a try to the cloth diapers thing, but didn't work for me. She didn't like it. She used to pull it off, and she used to be because after 4 months when I tried it, she never felt comfortable in the cloth diaper. So she was obviously all the time in disposable diapers. She till date is. I am trying to potty train her. I mean, I'm trying to take her to the washroom and make that sound. You guys understand that swallow sound to make her pee, but then she is not used to that. She's still in diapers, and obviously for another 6-7 months she will be in diapers. So when the baby is in diaper, it gets really annoying. They don't get the air, because I give her nappy free time for 2 hours, but still they are in that diapers, and they feel really uncomfortable, and they get diaper rashes. Saira, by God's grace, never had a diaper rash, and I would say the boon to it is no diaper cream, only organic cold pressed coconut oil. Guys, the day Saira came back from the hospital, she had a skin shedding, because it happens with most of the kids. This skin gets shedding because of the change in environment. I, without asking my daughter, applied coconut oil on her feet, and my husband was like, why you are doing experiment on the little one, you should ask the doctor. And I was like, yeah, this is just coconut oil, we should just, I mean, this is obviously not going to harm the baby. When I applied it, guys, you won't believe, the second day her skin was completely normal. It healed off completely. Then I thought, rather than applying the chemically treated diaper rash creams, why not I should try coconut oil. I used to apply coconut oil after every nappy change. Guys, I'm blessed that she never had a diaper rash. Coconut oil is a boon for a new baby, guys, because it has no side effect. Your baby's skin will glow immensely. If your baby has dry skin, just take a little oil in your palm, rub it in your hands, apply it on the cheeks or whatever area is dry, leave it overnight, and just in the morning when you are cleaning your baby, just apply a little oil, more oil, and then clean it with a warm warm water cloth, and you will see difference, guys. It worked immensely, not for diaper only, but for dry skin, for if some skin gets a little tan, I use coconut oil. So guys, these are the 5 hacks which work wonderfully for me. I am pretty sure going to work for a lot of you, but like I say, every single kid is different. I don't know how the baby will react. I would suggest, before trying it, please do your research, please think, and then try it on your baby. But from my end, I have done my research, and I have actually suggested these hacks to a lot of my friends also, and they actually have not stopped thanking me to suggest them these hacks. These I have made this video because I have gone through it. I can understand the pain of the new mom, because they don't want the baby to suffer. So I'm sure these hacks will work wonderfully for your baby also. And do let me know in the comment section below what all new things you want me to make video on, because being a new mommy, I can actually be sharing a lot of things about my children to you, and you can let me know what all you want me to share. So keep on watching, and do like this video, and please comment if you like this video. So see you.